Apple's 13-inch MacBook Air now comes with much faster storage, better battery life and slightly improved performance in other areas. On the other hand, its display and design are beyond dated. Update: Apple quickly teased an update in megahertz for the MacBook Air, when all thought it was put to pasture last year. Check out our MacBook 2017 News Hub for more information as it comes in. The arrival of Apple's 12-inch MacBook earlier last year marked the beginning of the end for its MacBook Air lineup. At least, that's what people said at the time. The new MacBook is more portable, lighter, has a gorgeous high-resolution display and can go for almost as long as the Air on a single charge. Who would pick a machine stuck in the past over a laptop from the future? As it turns out, the future's not all it's cracked up to be. The new MacBook's inconvenient USB Type-C port, controversial keyboard and moderately powerful Intel Core M chip have proved a compromise too many for some people. Now that Apple has refreshed its 11 and 13-inch MacBook Air models with Intel's 5th-generation Broadwell processors, Intel HD Graphics 6000 and Thunderbolt 2, they're suddenly looking much more appealing, even if it's business as usual on the outside. Perhaps it's true that we haven't seen a new MacBook Air in quite some time, but that hasn't stopped Apple from supporting its existing entry-level clamshell. For instance, has introduced a deluge of new features. These include everything from more comprehensive, integrated photo editing tools to improved efforts in thwarting auto-playing ad videos in Safari to limited VR support. Best of all, the latest rendition of the Mac operating system runs on everything the previous version did. Furthermore, if Apple were to make another MacBook Air, which, who's to say it won't? You can tentatively bank on it containing an ARM-based processor designed in Cupertino itself. Word on the street, i.e., the Nikkei, is. Speaking of which, the MacBook Air's design has now remained unchanged for 5 long years. If Apple didn't feel the need to tinker with it before, there's even less chance that it'll change anytime soon now that the 12-inch MacBook is out there. Which is a shame, because the Air's classic design could really benefit from slimmer bezels and an overall reduction in footprint. Forget the Dell XPS 13's physics-defying infinity display, which is light years ahead. Even Apple's 13-inch MacBook Pro with Retina, once seen as slightly tubby compared to the Air, has a smaller footprint and takes up slightly less space on your lap. Still, the old if it ain't broke mantra applies, up to a point. The MacBook Air's aluminium unibody design, which supports the main enclosure in the display, is as durable as ever. Its lid can be easily raised with a single hand and doesn't droop in any position, and you have to press really hard to detect flex on the machine space or lid. It's also easy to clean with a damp cloth. If there's one drawback, it's that the aluminium body can scratch easily to leave permanent black marks, so you should consider buying a sleeve if you're going to sling it into a bag for transportation.